Just by a show of hands, who here likes sports? Maybe baseball, basketball, soccer, anything. Also, raise your hand if you like using your phone, your iPad, your computer, anything that involves technology. Great, so from what I saw, many of you have interest in my main inquiry question. Because my main inquiry question is, how has technology affected baseball? By the way, my name is Gavin, and I chose this topic because I, just like most of you, like playing sports and using technology. Technology is constantly changing our lives. But from a sports fan point of view, we can learn this through something we all love, baseball. Today, I'm going to tell you about 2 ways that technology has impacted the game. One way is it's changed scouting. Another way is it's affected in-game strategy. You might be wondering, how has technology affected in-game strategy? Well, it has through StatCast. Now, what exactly is StatCast? Okay, so StatCast is one of many organizations that track everything players do. It tracks everything from a pitcher's average spin rate on a curveball to a batter's average power on doubles. Isn't this so cool? StatCast could do all this in a blink of an eye. Todd Zeal, a former baseball player who now is an analyst for SMY, told me in an interview that he thinks, when used, StatCast works effectively as a tool in some ways, but also it just added information to give people something to talk about. I totally agree, because not only does StatCast help get the game to be more interesting for some people, but teams can use StatCast as a tool for many things. One of which is the shift. Now, this is how technology has affected in-game strategy. Teams can look at this and say, okay, so Chris Bryant hits it to the left side 68% of the time. We must have our guy shift to the left side every time he gets up. And you see, that's exactly what this team does here. The second baseman, instead of playing in between first and second, is shifted over towards second base. However, does the shift make the game less exciting? I mean, from a fan standpoint, it gets boring when it's just out after out after out because of the shift. A lot of people argue that the game is way too slow and the shift should be banned. I'm not going to tell you everything that is made possible by StatCast because I'll be here for hours, but you get the point. Have you ever heard coaches say to prepare for the next game, they're going to spend a lot of time in the film room? Well, if you haven't, I'll tell you what the film room is. It's where coaches go and scout out players to see who should be drafted. However, rookies tend to do better at the beginning of the season because they don't have enough resources to have a scouting report on them yet. So you could say that replays made the game less exciting, just like StatCast. There's also another kind of scouting that's been affected by technology. This kind of scouting is where coaches scout out college players to see who should be drafted. This is a great example. Look at this guy. This Prince Fielder looked like a baseball player to you. From all the replays of his games and highlights and his statistics, Oakland scouts quickly figured out that he was going to be good. And guess what? As someone who was passed on by many teams because of his weight, he ended up doing a lot of great things in his career. One of which is winning All-Star Game MVP. However, Todd Zeal says that scouting is still in the scouts. Scouts can tell you stuff that computers can't tell you. Like, a computer can tell you if a player has raw talent. But he says if you have 2 players with the same statistics, he looks for who has better teammate or person. All in all, technology has made the game better in some ways, but worse in others. In my opinion, technology is making the game easier for coaches and players, but worse for fans. Even Todd Zeal says that the game is way too slow. Thank you for listening. For more information, please go to my blog at blogs.scarsdaleschools.com/G126. Goodbye.